flown by. Let me turn that down, which is just absolutely flown by. I got started as a way of topping up my maternity pay, and I was looking to earn around £300 a month when I got started. Back then, we didn't have any of the online business that we've got now, so we wouldn't have had anything like these webinars. We used to just deliver and collect the catalogues and find team members. So the business has evolved massively, and now we have this huge online side of the business as well. My first bonus check in the business was £274. I'm going to show you some of our new team bonus checks in just a moment. Just out of interest, guys, just type in the chat box for me. How much extra cash are you looking for at the moment? What have you joined the business for? And don't be shy in typing that in there. I'm not going to ask you to prove when you get it or anything. It's just interesting to see how much money people are looking for. Over the last 10 years, this business has grown for us massively. We've got a fabulous team of distributors now. Some of you are on here tonight. We've got 4 children, Harvey and I, so we work the business part-time around our children, and we earn now around £4,000 a month. So it's been fantastic, and we've had immense freedom, great lifestyle. It really has been everything that it promised it was going to be. You do have to put some work in though, so no one's typing in their income there. Here we go, Paul Gray. Fantastic. So 3,000 a month is what you need to replace your job. Brilliant. Okay, that's great. We can show you how to build that up, Paul. Absolutely fantastic. Great to hear. So what I'm going to cover, if I can get this to work with you tonight, are 4 basic stages to success. We're going to spend the first half an hour talking about online retail, how that works, and give you the basics really of what to do there. And then we're going to talk about communication, how you stay in touch with us and how we stay in touch with you. We're going to talk about learning the system, so where are you going to pick up all the help and support to move your business on, and also sharing the opportunity. How do you start building your team, and how can you build your income level up? So we are a retail driven business. The retail comes first. If nobody's moving any product, then nobody's making any money. So it's really important that we teach you how to go out there and get money in your pocket by generating your own sales. And the retail system has been proven time and time again. The catalogue system has been around for a number of years. So we know that there are 2 routes to building a catalogue customer base. We either present the books, which is where we knock on the door, introduce ourselves and hand the catalogue over. And if you're going to do that, you need to do around 100 books a week. Alternatively, what I did when I started, I would never have knocked on the door. Our distributors are a lot braver than me. I used to just pop mine through the letterbox. And you can do that as well. And sometimes, depending on what time of day you've got available, that's the best route. But if you are going to do that, you need to be delivering around 400 books a week to get the results that you'll be looking for. But what I'm talking to you about tonight specifically is the online side. So we're going to show you how to set up your own group. I suspect most of you have got a group already. We're just going to touch on that and make sure you've got all the basics in place. And we're going to talk about using buy and sell groups, and in particular, how to advertise 3 products in 50+ groups daily on social media. Now you'll see there it says 3 to 4 months. The great news is that once you've built your customer base, which is merely a list of regular customers, once you've got that, you won't be posting in 50 groups a day, you'll be posting in 50 groups a week. So it becomes very, very, very part-time and very, very, very easy to manage, okay? So we're going to show you how to do that. Firstly, here's a couple of recent success stories. Jenny, you've just put in the chat box there that you're looking for £200 to £500 a month to do it around your part-time job. Fantastic. Well, Monica used to work the business around her full-time job. She's now a mum to those beautiful twin boys, and she's now earning over £800 a month. So it's really doable around the kids. Emma's a friend of mine. She's a nurse. She's a busy, busy mum, 2 kids, busy, busy job. And she started, wasn't sure if she was going to have the time, but she's found the time, and she found enough time to make herself nearly £300 in her first month. So busy people make this business work. Steph, £1,600 worth of orders in her first 2 weeks and helped 3 new people to get started. There's a clue there. Her income was £351. This is Yvonne, another one of our mum's success stories. £399 income in her first month in business. Busy single mum, runs her own hairdressing salon. The catalogues are absolute dynamite. This is Michael and Kirsty. Their first month in business, they made £810. Last month, October, their income check was £2,200. So in just 7 months, they went from a standing start to over £2,200 in income. They've got a fantastic business coming together. So people are making great, great money. So how does this online side work? Well, we use the local buy and sell groups to advertise on. And we also run our own local selling groups. So have you all got your own selling groups up and running? Is there anyone that hasn't got a group up and running yet? Just pop it in the chat box there for me. So one of the places that we direct you to when you get started is the 10steps.info. And this is our training resource site. And when you go on there and click on the Getting Started Online section, this is what you will see on your screen. So at the top there is a link to our training videos, and that will show you step by step how to set your group up, how to join other groups, how to edit your products, how to search for products, and all the basics of what you'll need to do to get your business rocking and rolling. You've also got some fantastic documents there that you can download. If you see those yellow tabs, you've got a checklist, you've got an online checklist, you've got a weekly planner, and you've got some information there on sharing the business on Facebook. So lots of things that are going to help and support you along your journey. So do go on there, do download those documents, have a look at them, and your sponsor should be looking at those with you as well. So showing you what to do with those. So when you do go on the training link, this is what you will see, okay? sellonfacebook.co.uk. It opens up these 6 videos, and step by step, that will show you exactly what you need to do to get up and running. Now, your sponsor is the person that's introduced you. They will take you through everything step by step, but these training videos will reinforce the message for you. I'm sure lots of you have already been on there and had a look at those. So again, your sponsor will work with you to get your own online selling group up and running. So they'll send you a link, they'll help you to choose your group name. That's sometimes the hardest thing to come up with. They'll help you choose your group name, they'll help you choose your group photo, and they will send you some of our best-selling products that you can get them into your group to get it up and running. Once we've done all of that, at that stage, we then start to add your friends to the group, because they're going to be your initial customers. We also put a welcome post onto the group and we pin it to the top of the group. And we do that so that when your friends are added to the group, they can see what it's all about. And there's also a link there to direct them to the full product range. So they can click on that and have a look at all of your catalogues online and see lots of other products that they might be interested in. And there's also a little recruiting message that we put on there as well. Once you've added all your friends, it's great if you choose some of your best friends. Those people that, I'll come back to your question in a second, you just put there, Paul. Send a private message to those people that you know really well asking them to help and support you. Let them know that you've just started this new business, that you've added them to their group, and will they pop across and help you to make it look busy by liking and commenting on stuff. And obviously you're giving them the link to the catalogues again. This bit in particular really makes a massive difference. So do that, because you'll be surprised at how many people will come back and help you. Paul, just to answer your question there, why not put the link to your actual Clean Easy site to buy direct from and not just the catalogues? Because we don't want to advertise on our selling group that we work for Clean Easy. Clean Easy is merely the supplier. That's it. It's just the supplier. You are the face of your business. So we put the link on so that people who do want to go and click through the catalogues, yes, they will then see, you know, that one of the catalogues is Clean Easy, but that isn't what we want to brand all over our shop. We want to build up one-on-one interaction with our customers. We want them to come to us to order so we can build up a relationship with them, because that's how we get repeat business. And I'm going to show you a couple of things in what you can do to get repeat business. Okay, we are a person-to-person business. It really does make a, you know, really have a much bigger impact. So when we have got our group up and running, so we've added the products that our sponsors sent us, we've added all our friends, we've got a welcome message on. We want to then be able to keep on adding products into our group on a daily basis, and we recommend around 5 products a day. So one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, how do I choose what to post? Well, one of the best ways to get started is to choose some of our best-selling products, and every week the company provide a list of the best-selling 150 products, and it will have the order code on there so that you can check the stock levels. And we actually pin that link to the top of our team photos group. So you'll have been added, depending on whose team you're in, you'll have been added to one of these 2 photo groups. So what are they? You have around 2,000 products to choose from within our company range. And all of those products are available on the company websites with the digital image of the picture and the description. Now, what happens when you select your products? If you post the image directly from the company website onto your Facebook account, it will go toxic, because that same picture is used by the whole network, currently 13,000 distributors. And Facebook think those pictures have gone toxic because they've been used by so many people. So before we post them into our group, we just do a little bit of editing on them. Now, it isn't very technical. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And all you have to do is download the picture, and then just using some different editing software, and there's lots of different ones available, Pick Collage, iPicky, PicMonkey, to name a few. They're all free, and you just very simply put a border or put a price on the picture, and then you post that item, and that changes the picture so that it becomes personal to you. Now, when you're new, that might sound like a lot of work. It isn't a lot of work, but it might sound like something that you're not really used to doing. So to help you, as a team, we share all of our edited product images in our photo group, because they can be used in the hundreds. It's when they get used by the whole network that we can sometimes have a problem. So when we edit our pictures, we share them in the team photos group with the order code, so you can check the stock levels and you can use the pictures directly from there. And it just gives you a bit of time to get used to doing your own editing. You might be experienced in that already. I'm surprised at how many people know how to do that. It was something that I certainly had to learn. So when we advertise our products in our groups or on local and buy sell groups, remember that we are the brand, not the company. So we don't put Clean Easy or K-Life wording in any of the posts. We don't need to put too much information, because we want customers to ask us questions. So we just put very, very simple description and price of the product. So there's a product example there. You can see this is one that's been taken from our photo group. because it's got the order code there and it's got the K-Life or Clean Easy brand name, so you know which website to look the picture up on. And there's a really great example. That photo was taken from the company website, and it simply had a border and a price and description put on it. And that's all it is, really, really simple. And you can see on the left there is an example of the best sellers link that you will find at the top of the product group as well. So all of that's available for you there. So that's how we get our own group up and running, and we want to put around 5 new products in our group on a daily basis, just spread out throughout the day, so people have always got something new to look at. Then what we want to do is start casting our net wider, and there are millions of Facebook groups that you can use. Now, you may already be in lots of buy and sell groups, or this might be something that's completely new to you. If you're not in many buy and sell groups, then we need to start joining them, but we need to take our time, because if you suddenly start doing stuff like joining lots of groups when you don't normally, then that will alert Facebook to unusual activity. And to protect you, they may temporarily restrict your account because they think that you've been hacked, that someone's adding you to all these groups. So we recommend 5 to 10 groups a day. And you'll notice on there it says local selling groups. Now, you can advertise nationally, but you know, when you're new, if you work local, it allows you to build up a much better customer base, because you can offer free delivery, you can offer collection from you personally, you can get to know your customers, you can drop a catalogue to them, you can ask them to write a little review on your group, just obviously saying that they've had fabulous customer service and that they love the product. So it allows you to build that up, and that works really, really well when it's local. But you can work nationally as well. Now, if you're not in many groups, then your sponsor will help you to get into more. If they join some and you join some, we want to get you into 50+ groups within your first week. A really easy way to search for groups is to use your county. So if you lived within the Sheffield area, then you would type into the search bar buy and sell in Sheffield, and it opens up that address bar underneath with all those tabs, and you want to click on the groups tab, and then it will open up a selection of buy and sell groups, and you can see that there's different groups there. Some of those groups have got 800 members. Some of those groups have got nearly 20,000 members. Now, if I was doing this, I would start with the bigger groups. I would join 5 of those bigger groups, and then I'd do the search again the next day and start joining more and more groups. And then, you know, do your local county, do your local town, and just play around with the wording and join all those different groups, because this is where you're going to advertise your products. So you've been added to a group. What happens next? Well, now we want to build up that social interaction. So we want to make sure that we're liking and commenting within that group before we post our products, because that's what you do when you're a group member. And we want to be advertising 3 products a day in 50+ groups. That's the magic number. So there's a really easy way of being able to advertise 2 products at a time. So this is what I do. I open up 10 groups, so different tabs across the top of my laptop, and I open up 10 groups. I then like and comment in each of those 10 groups, okay? A couple of likes and a comment on another post. I then copy and paste my first product with the picture into group number 1. Once that's been accepted, I then copy and paste my second product into group number 1, because I don't need to like and comment again because I've just done it. So rather than just posting 1 product, why not post 2? And then I shut that group down, and then I go to group number 2 and I like and comment, post product number 1, post product number 2, and I do that in 10 groups. And then it's really important that you take a break, whether that's to make a cup of tea, whether it's to put the cat out, whether it's to go and do some normal Facebook liking and posting on your normal timeline, on your friend's timeline, whatever it is, take 10 minutes out, okay, or more if you want, but definitely take 10 minutes out. And then come back and do your next 10 groups, and do that to 50 groups, okay? And then later on, come back and do it again with another product or two. You can get 4 products in that way. If you build up more than 50 groups, you are not posting your products in those same groups day in, day out, okay? 50 groups is the minimum amount of groups that you need to join. Keep on joining groups. I have 700 groups, so I'm posting in new groups all the time, so people don't get fed up with just seeing me posting. That doesn't happen. You know, you've got lots and lots and lots of groups to choose from. Does that make sense? If anyone's got any questions, do pop them in the group chat. So here's a couple of example external posts. Now, we normally say just advertise one product on your post, but in this example, you can see there's a little collage because it's a selection of bedding. If you're doing something like that, it works okay, but I wouldn't do that with 9, you know, completely different random products, okay? It's too confusing for people. So it's okay if it's a selection of the same products, but otherwise, like you can see on picture number 2, just a nice, clear picture. So you'll notice on there that it says message me for prices and details. For us, because it's local, we offer free local delivery, or can be collected or can be posted, and there's a brief description with the price. You'll also notice there is our shop name. Every opportunity to advertise your shop. Now, we don't do the direct link to your shop because they will go toxic. And it's a reason why people get temporary restrictions is because they're posting too many links. Facebook doesn't like it. So you can do 2 things. You can do like on the duvet post, and you can put search for and your shop name, or you can write your shop name on your picture. Either of those work well. Okay, but do remember when you do get a customer to invite them to your local selling group if they're not already a member. One of the quickest ways to get your copy and pasting onto your groups is by using Start Discussion. You can literally just copy and paste and add your picture. If you use Sell Something tab, then you will have to individually write in a lot of the information, okay? So it does take a bit more time, and you get a notification at the end of the day for every product that you've posted asking you to mark whether it's sold or not sold. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a whole load of admin to me. So Start Discussion definitely is the easiest option. And my other top tip with Facebook is to keep an eye on your message requests folder. Okay, if you're not friends with somebody, sometimes their messages go into message request, and that's simply your Facebook spam folder. So once you start advertising on Facebook, do check in there every day, because you'll find that you'll get customer questions and customer orders that will pop into there when they see your products and they message you, and you won't know that you've got it. It doesn't always send you a notification, so just get into a good habit of checking it every day. So we've advertised some products and we've had a couple of questions. What do we do next? We like the customer comment, and that sends them a little notification that they have a comment, and when they look on that, they can see that you've liked their post. That lets them know that you've seen it. We then reply directly underneath, because that tags their name in, so we know again that they get a notification, and we simply tell them that we're going to send them a message. Now, at this stage, I send a friend request, and I do that for 2 reasons. Firstly, I do it because if we're connected as friends, and more often than not, they do accept my friend request, it means that my messages go straight into their inbox. The other reason I do it is because we are network marketers, and which means that we have to have lots of contacts so people can see what it is that we're doing. So I want people to see our lifestyle. I want them to see that we work from home. We don't spam our business all over our profile. It's most definitely lifestyle based, but you have to connect with lots of people to do that. If you are going to do that, my top tip is make sure your Facebook profile is the best version of you that you can provide, okay? Your picture has got to be a picture of you, because people will look to see who they are buying from. And that little picture in the corner that pops up by your name is their first impression. So if it's your dog or your cat or your horse or your kids or your holiday, our advice would be to make that your background, but make that picture a lovely smiley face of you, okay? Because it is first impressions. And also you've got to keep your Facebook profile really lovely, okay? So you've got to take off your sex, drugs and rock and roll, okay? You can't have anything on there that might be offensive to people, even if you find it funny. Because again, people just prejudge. They prejudge your character, and it will affect your business. It will affect your sales. So bear that in mind when you're posting stuff on your Facebook wall. So we've liked the comment, we've friend requested them, and we've told them that we're going to send them a message. So here's a really simple example there. You can see I had a comment from a lady asking me how much was the duvet. Now I could have quite easily replied underneath that comment and put, this duvet's £45, Sarah. The reason we don't do that is because we don't want to give too much information away on the product, because then it doesn't encourage people to get in touch with us and ask more questions. I want a reason to message and friend request Sarah. I've now got that. And if someone else is looking at that duvet and they go, oh yeah, actually I want to know how much that is, and I haven't put the price on there, but I've told Sarah I'm going to message her, I can guarantee you that other person will also message me and say, oh, actually, I want to know. Or somebody will say, how much is the double? So it gives you an opportunity to start a one-on-one conversation with a prospective customer. So it really makes a big, big difference. So we respond to the comment via personal message, and one of the first things that I want to know is whereabouts do they live, because that will determine if they can collect from me, if I can deliver it to them, if they're within my delivery area, or whether we need to have it delivered direct. So in which case I need to talk to them about postal options. So I find out where they live, and I do that by asking them for their address and their phone number. And I've never had anybody not provide that, because if they're genuinely interested in an order, then they will provide those details, just like we do if we order off Amazon or eBay or anywhere else. I then let them know when the order is likely to be available. Now this can be a bit of a sticking point for new people, because we don't hold stock. It's one of the perks. We don't have to have a garage full of items that you may or may not sell. We only request an order from the company when we have a confirmed customer order. So it does take a couple of days, sometimes longer, depending on, as soon as you've got £50, you can order your products. Sometimes you have that straight away. Sometimes you might have to wait a couple of days. So you can just say to the customer, I need to order that in for you. I'll have that for you by Friday, Saturday, whenever your order's coming. If you're a little bit uncomfortable with making them wait, then what you could also say is, hi Sarah, thanks for your order. You've chosen a really popular product. I've just sold the last one, but I've got some more coming on Friday. Would you like me to reserve you one? And then that sometimes just feels like a better approach for people. So you can do that as well. Remember as well, if they're not a member of your customer selling group, add them in, because then they can see more of your products. So here's an example of a recent chat just a couple of weeks ago with a customer of mine. So I've gone back to her to let her know how much the price is, and I asked her if she wanted one, and then she wanted to know if I delivered. I found out where she lived, and I let her know that yes, we could deliver there. And I asked her for her name, phone number, her phone number and her address that you can see there. She provided straight away. So it does work absolutely fine, and that's typical conversation there. In regards to delivery and payment, if you're working local, you'll order the products using your trading account from the company, so you haven't got to pay for any goods up front. You'll collect the money from your customers, and if it's local, they normally pay you in cash, and then your company invoice, which I'll show you in a moment, will tell you how much you need to pay back on for your trading account, and the spare cash that you've made in profit goes straight in your pocket. We do have long distance delivery procedures, so we can use the company PayPal, and the customer you can send them a PayPal link to the products that they want, and then the products can be dispatched directly to the customer. There is a small charge for that. It's £3.95 per delivery of up to 10 items, but if their total spend is over £50, then that delivery fee is completely free. So that's a great selling perk when you're talking to your long distance customers. Now, I mentioned earlier about building up a local customer base, and this comes back to what you were asking, Paul, about, you know, why don't we just send them directly to the company website? And one of the reasons was that we want to build up a customer base. We want to build up repeat orders. Online orders don't have to be a one-time only order. You know, when we built our catalogue customer base, we've got repeat customers. We've had customers that have ordered with us every month for the last 10 years. So that's what you want to build up with your online customers. So keep good records. Now, I don't mind how you keep your customer record base. We use an Excel spreadsheet. We have that available for the team to use. Some people prefer to keep it in a folder on paper. However you choose to record it is entirely up to you, but I would recommend that you have their name, their address, their phone number, and what the last product was that they ordered. Now, we provide our online customers with a complimentary catalogue and a thank you slip. Now, the complimentary catalogue isn't a whole pack, it's just one of the catalogues. At the moment, they've been given the Christmas catalogue. So when they order, if they're collecting or we're delivering, we slip a complimentary catalogue in their pack with a little thank you slip. If they're long distance, I post them a complimentary catalogue. Yes, you can use the online links as well, but there's nothing better than getting a hard copy that you can sit and flip through over a cup of tea. Now, here's the magic bit. Every 4 weeks from when that customer ordered with you, you contact them. You ask them if they're happy with their last item, and you know what that is because you've recorded it on your customer details. So you're asking them if they're happy with it. You're letting them know that you've got an order going through that week, and is there anything they would like from their complimentary catalogue. You can also, at this stage, add on the electronic link to the full range. And that will get you repeat orders. I promise you that will get you repeat orders. If you look after your customers, they will look after you. But you've got to keep good records so that you can do this bit. That's an example of my compliment slip. That's just something that we made up on a Word document. We print those at 4 to an A4 page, and I just handwrite a little note on there thanking them for their order and hoping they enjoy browsing their complimentary catalogue. And you'll see it's got a little recruitment add-on there as well. Works really, really well. Now, remember what we said, when you first get started, you may only have 200 or 300 people to add to your group. But if you consistently advertise every day, run little competitions, which you'll be taught how to do, advertise on 50+ selling groups every day, advertising, you know, your shop on there as well, inviting people back to your shop, those group numbers will grow. Mariella's group is over 32,000 members now. So you can see how that grows and how 3 to 4 months down the line, you wouldn't need to be posting on lots of other Facebook groups because you'll be getting all of your custom from your own selling group if you look after your customers. So it really does pay to start doing it from day one. Keep your group fun and fresh, okay? We play little games in there. People love doing little quizzes. Can you find this? You know, can you follow on the word on this story? They love doing all the little games. The more people interact in your group and the more you chat on your group, the more your products will appear on their news feed. That's really, really important because otherwise they don't see everything, okay? So any little funny videos, any funny pictures, create as much interaction as you can, and really take that time to get to know your group members, because it will pay you dividends if you build up a really fun and fresh group. So there's a few things that will happen over the coming weeks as you build up your business. You will see other people advertising the same products sometimes. Don't let that bother you, okay? There's thousands of people on those Facebook groups, and remember what we said, those that are interacting and commenting are the ones that see the products, and in your group you are the only one advertising. So grow your group, because then you don't have any competition. If you do get any negative comments, sometimes we get price matching, people who, you know, think it's funny to say, oh, you can get this cheaper in the pound shop. The best thing to do with those comments is to block the person, delete the whole post, and then repost the item, okay? Don't get into an argument with them. It's really not worth your energy. You're looking to find 20 customers a week, okay? And some weeks you'll find more, some weeks you'll find less. But if you consistently do enough numbers, it will balance out over the month. If people decide after you've ordered their products that they no longer want them, don't let that bother you, okay? You can resell it or you can send it back, okay? The only items that you need to get payment up front for are your personalised items, because they can only be sent back if they're faulty. So if somebody wants to order a personalised item, we take payment up front. And that is perfectly normal. You would expect to do that anywhere else that you shop from if it's personalised, okay? So again, your sponsor will show you how to do all of that. Just touching on account management with you quickly, when you do place your first order, okay, where possible, do that with your sponsor so they can make sure you've got everything ordered. You'll then receive an invoice within 24 hours. Your products come in 48 hours. Your invoice will arrive in 24 hours. And it looks like this. It will list all your products. It will tell you how much you need to pay, and it will tell you how much profit you've made. That's the bit called retail profit. So it very clearly shows you everything that you need to know. And you can take the money into your own bank account, and you can pay it into your bank, and then you can pay online using your debit card. That tends to be the easiest way. If you are going to do that, you might decide that you want a bank account, okay, so you can keep all your money separate. Alternatively, if you have a local NatWest, you can bank the money in there using a company gyro slip. So you just need to contact HQ and get some gyro slips sent out to you free of charge. I think these days, I think most people tend to pay online, but it is entirely up to you. Do look after your Clean Easy account, okay? It is a privilege. They can take your trading account back, and that would then mean that you would have to pay for all your items up front. Okay, it is a privilege, so do look after it. Do keep on top of your payments, okay, and enjoy spending your profit as well. So loads of tips there. I just want to go on to step 2, which is communication with your upline. I can guarantee you that those that are in touch with their upline, their successful distributors, are far more successful than those that go it alone. Now, obviously, we're all entrepreneurial. Everyone's got their own ideas, which is fantastic. Your sponsor has a vested interest in your success. You know, Joe Bloggs, who lives 5 streets away, doesn't have a vested interest in your success. So you will always get the best possible advice from your successful upline. So they're there to work for you. So stay in contact with them, okay? You're not asking silly questions. And if you are, then don't worry, because everyone asks silly questions. I still ask silly questions because we're always learning all of the time. Now, we'll keep in touch with you in a multitude of different ways. You've all been added to your team support groups. They're a great platform for asking questions, for getting the latest up-to-date information, for seeing all the team recognition and success. Absolutely fantastic. And you'll have been added to the team messenger chat loops. Now, they're really great fun. They're very busy, so you might need to mute it if you're at work, but do stay in it, because, again, that's somewhere that 24 hours a day, you can ask a question in there. and somebody will have the answer for you. So it's a really quick place to get your questions answered, especially if you've not been able to get hold of your sponsor if they've been busy. So the Facebook support is fantastic. We do link up with you on video messenger. I link up with all of our team. The reason we use Zoom, which is the platform that you're on tonight, is that obviously we can see you and you can see us if we've got our cameras on. But also, if you were having some technical problems, we could screen share. I mean, right now you're looking at my desktop, which I've got this PowerPoint presentation open. Let's imagine that you needed to know how to put your first order on and you weren't sure what to do. I could open up my screen, or you could open up your screen, and I could talk you through exactly what to press, because I could see exactly what you were doing on the screen. That is so much better than trying to do it blind. A lot better. And also we can use that for any help and support that you need with the technology. So it's really fantastic for that. And we can have lots of us on Zoom link up. So it's a great way of staying in touch. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and talk to your sponsor. Okay, it's much better. If you can't do the video link up, then the phone is the next best thing. Okay, because you know, messages get translated differently when you just use text or you just use messenger. You know, the emotion that you send it in gets received in a completely different way, and it's really easy for them to get misinterpreted. So the phone is always better, especially if you're having a challenge. Okay, if it's just a quick little bit of information, then obviously the messenger or text is absolutely fine. And you will very occasionally get emails from us, but you do get emails from HQ. They send out a weekly news bulletin and a weekly business and stock update, so you'll get all of those coming through from HQ, so keep your eyes out for them. So learning the system, we have an incredibly successful 10-step system, and our job when you came into the team is to teach you that, okay, to show you what you need to do. But your job is to be open to learning the system as well, for listening for the tips and advice, for accessing the training and support and implementing that into your business. So you're going to learn the system in lots of different ways. Definitely by staying in contact with your sponsor, okay, because they're there to help and support you. And you're going to get loads of help with learning the system on the team Facebook group as well. Alongside this induction, we also run a regular weekly team coaching webinar. So this is an induction one. This is the same every time we run it. But the weekly coaching webinar is different every time we run it. We have new distributors sharing their success story. We have current distributors doing some training for you, and you'll have one of the gold senior upline distributors doing some coaching with you as well. So they're brilliant, really fantastic for information and support. So do plug into those. Alongside all of that online support, we've also got our monthly workshops, and these are essential to your success, because all of the online stuff's great, but it's not the same as meeting up with a group of like-minded individuals and sharing tips and advice with each other, as well as getting professional coaching from the front of the room, from distributors that are earning in excess of £3,000, £4,000, £5,000, £6,000 plus a month. You're going to build up your friendships, you're going to build up your skill set, you're going to get social proof that this is a good idea, and you're going to get so much help and support at the workshops. So speak to your sponsor about where your local one is and plug in once a month. They're only on for 4 hours. It's so worth it. And then alongside that, our whole system is documented on our resource site. You've got a workbook, you've got a script book, and you've got a series of training videos for every single step of our system. So you'll find that on the team resource page, which you've already been on for the getting started section. You can go on to the 10-step success system, and you'll see there you've got the workbook, script book, and the getting started pack. And you can also have a look at our full 10-step success system. And you'll notice just above that as well, you've got the 10 steps workshops tab. That's where you can look to see where your local workshop is. And you've also got a getting started with the catalogue section. Loads of information on there, guys. So do check it out regularly. So let me finish off by just leaving you with a couple of ideas for sharing the opportunity. You don't have to have been in the business for a number of years before you can share the opportunity. People will join your team from day one if you're enthusiastic and excited about what you've got your hands on. You know, even if you don't know what it is that you're doing, you know, ignorance on fire is far more successful than you know, information on ice. Okay, if you're excited about your business, even if you don't know what you're doing, people will be attracted to that and will want to know what you're doing, and then your sponsor will help you so that we can show you what to do. But if you want to be earning incomes in excess of £1,000 a month without having to sell thousands of pounds of products yourself, then team building is the way to go. And, you know, it's just simply sharing a good idea, just like we recommend places to go out and eat. We recommend places to go and play. We recommend movies to watch, restaurants to visit. We recommend sales, clothing shops. We recommend products and services to our friends and family and complete strangers all the time. And we do it for free. And all you're doing with your business is recommending an opportunity with the opportunity of getting paid for it as well, okay, and changing hundreds and thousands of lives in the process. So this is Emma and Dave in the team. They got started so that Emma could give up her job as a solicitor and be a full-time mum and work from home. And they've replaced Emma's income there now with checks of over £1,000 a month. There's an example of one of Harvey and I's income checks. So we earn now £1,000 a week. And that isn't to show off. It's to show you that normal people, I think I'm normal mums and dads can earn this level of income. It's so achievable. So the people that you know is the fastest place for you to start growing your business, okay? So I highly recommend that you work your way through your Facebook list, work your way through your mobile phone, work your way through your address book if you've got one of those, and start inviting people to have a look at your business. Because once you start writing your list, it will trigger other people that you know that you maybe haven't got on your Facebook list, or you maybe haven't got in your mobile phone, someone you maybe haven't spoken to for quite a while, and it will grow and grow your contact list. And we contact those people in 3 different ways. Your selling group, as it starts to grow, is going to be a fantastic arena for finding new distributors. And we post regular recruitment ads like the one that you can see at the top. This is what we call instant recruiting, because you will instantly get replies from people asking you about the business, and then we'll show you what to respond and how to deal with that. So I post recruitment ads in my selling group every week. You've then got the direct message approach, and this is what we call the medium term approach. So I message 5 contacts a day. And right at the beginning of the webinar, when I showed you my friend Emma Louise, who was the nurse that joined the business, Emma came into the business from one of these direct messages. And I simply said to her, "Hi Emma, I know you're really busy, but I'm guessing you must know lots of people. I'm looking for a few people who want to find out a bit more about our online business. If I sent you a video, would you share it around for me?" And she came back to me and said that she was interested. So if you send a message like that to your warm list, one at a time on private messenger, asking them who do they know, some of them will be interested themselves, some of them will direct you to other people, some of them will just ignore you. That's perfectly fine. But if you do that, if you do 5 to 10 or more of those every day, it will make a difference. And then we have the long-term recruiting. This is where we use our timelines. And like I said earlier, it's not about spamming your Facebook with your business, because that will just make people unfollow you. But it's about putting little posts up like what you can see there. I'm loving my new online business. I've already had so much help and support. I'm really excited. Little things like that. Little pictures of, look at my new shoes I've just bought, or you know, buying a round at the pub, you know, because you can't normally do that. That sort of stuff is what is going to get people interested, not join my business, join my business, join my business. We do that off screen as people inquire. Okay, so do use your timeline for sharing your business success. And what we want to do is help you to achieve that first bonus check with the company, so that you then get a copy of it so that you can share that on social media. And you know, those initial £200, £300, £400, £500 checks are so powerful. You will get lots of people asking you, what are you doing? How does that work? So, you know, aim for that, really push to get one of those. As well as getting that bonus check, we want to help you to get your free catalogue. So one of the goals that I encourage new distributors to set when they join is to achieve their welcome rewards. As soon as you get £150 through in sales, you get 50 free catalogues. So you've then got them to either give out locally, how we talked about putting them out to local customers. You've also got them to give to your online customers and your friends and family. Hit £600 worth of orders in your first 30 days and you get another 100 catalogues. And then if you do that again in month 2, you get another 100 catalogues. So 250 free packs of catalogues. Absolutely fantastic. And achieve £780 worth of orders in a 4-week sales period, and you get a cash bonus on top of your retail profit. So your sponsor will work through that with you and help you stay on track and have a plan. So this is my last slide, guys. This is our first week checklist. And by the end of your first week, you've had a great week. If you've got your group up and running, if you've sent some welcome messages to your friends asking them to get busy in your group, you've started joining local selling groups, okay, you're advertising in them, you've given your catalogues out to friends and family, you've plugged into your training webinars, you've had a nosy where your first workshop is and booked your ticket. That's really, really important. You've started sharing the business, so you've started messaging some people that you know, asking them, who do they know? And you know, we have lots of people that qualify for their first welcome reward in their first week. Sometimes people do it in their first 24 hours. So those are really achievable. And then do book in a regular review with your sponsor. Book in half an hour once a week just to meet up on video messenger, have a look at how your week's gone, set some things that are going to help you to move your business on and to help keep you on track. But you know, guys, we wish you absolutely every success that you're prepared to work for. This business changes lives. Stick with it. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to get in touch. See you later, guys.